The Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
Welcome back here, Off the Bench.
Sorry, I didn't know you were waiting on me.
No, you good. Hour number 2. Kicking off hour number 2 on a Monday morning. Again, we got the tripod rolling today. Jacob Hester out today and tomorrow. He is at NFL owners meetings doing his Sirius radio job for NFL Network. Of course, Jacob taking over the NFL spot these days instead of doing college sports. So congrats to him. So he's out there chopping it up with all the NFL owners. Who knows what he's doing? Hopefully slinging some high.
You weren't even doing that.
I know. It slings itself, okay? Speaks for itself, people.
I needed you to be in like a My High singlet.
I know,
the
and
entire race.
I should do that.
Full body.
I should do it. Look, I'm okay. Look, hand in the air. Miss an opportunity.
Because not only does it give
Just
you
that.
free advertising for My High, but also like people there aren't going to necessarily know that you own it. So they're like, damn, this dude's sponsored. Like, this dude must be legit.
True.
So now you're psyching out your opponents at the same time.
That's true.
Man, that's a 2-for-1, bud.
That is true. We did get started in the race, and you kind of start at heats. They're like their heats are going off like every 10 minutes into the course. So they kind of pair you with, when you sign up, you got to put your age group down. You got to put like your gold time. So they kind of pair you with people in that similar age group in gold time. So like people that you can be competitive with. There was a couple of teams out there that were kind of neck and neck with us the whole time. One of them had
Did the listener beat you?
Oh no. No, they were kind of like in a different little bit division. But I did see him. I did see him a lot. So I spoke to him before the race and after the race. They went. I think their heat went off like 10 or 20 minutes right after us.
That's funny.
But I did see him. So shout out. But yeah, we did. We had like 3 people that we could recognize from our heat that were like kind of neck and neck with us. Beat them all. Not a big deal. They pulled ahead in the middle.
Y'all win y'all's heat?
I actually don't know how it worked out in the heat. I didn't check it out. I never really got like logged into everything.
So that's a no. That's a no.
No, probably not. I mean, I doubt it. Now I don't like we.
Wait, so what was your time?
We had respectable time. Hour 15.
But you wanted to finish.
Hour and 20 was the goal.
Okay, hell yes.
Yeah. So but we really didn't know what was going to happen because even in training, we never did the actual workout in training. Like I probably ran twice as much during the actual High Rocks event than I did like in training.
Yeah.
Like, I think we ran maybe 4 or 5 kilometers one time, and kilometers, no big deal. I sound fancy when I say that. Not a big deal. We did that, but we never did 8 of them.
Yeah.
Plus everything else.
Right.
So we
you
didn't
just need the base.
Yeah. Not a big deal.
That's awesome.
I
have a kind of good question that a listener sent in.
Kind of good
earlier. I think it's a good question, but
it's an okay question.
It's an okay. Peace.
He basically was asking, or here I can just play it, but he was basically asking like what the significance of hiring Heath Schroyer was in like the Will Wade saga that was going on, and he's just wondering like why was he the important piece there, and why wouldn't Will just directly report to the athletic director, Verge Osbury, as opposed to Heath coming in and kind of focusing on basketball and helping Will? And I think that what it is that they had a really good relationship at McNeese. And from what I understand, Heath Schroyer was like really, really good at fundraising and making connections and basically getting money to McNeese. So I think what he's being tasked with is that for basketball specifically, and to get Will the resources that he needs. And I think that Will and him really, really got along when he was at McNeese. So I don't think one was coming without the other.
Yeah, they're boys.
Yeah,
they're boys, long story short.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're boys.
Well, and the fundraising aspect of it is pretty important too, but
Right, which is a big part of
just
make
college
Will Wade's
sports.
good is the recruiting portion of
sure.
it, which is what you have to have now. And of course, at a school, especially at LSU, you are not going to get anywhere near the lion's share of the dedicated money
right.
from the rev share. You're going to get a small percentage of
And
the
they're not going to
big piece of pie.
guarantee you, oh, you're going to have this budget, you're going to have that.
Right.
It's up to guys like Heath Schroyer to fundraise. It's up to
It's
boosters
not like,
and all that. And
it's not like
Schroyer
Lane
gets
Kiffin
excited.
situation where he made them guarantee him a certain amount of money every single. You can't do that
Yeah.
because you don't really know. And you got Kim Mulkey, you got Jay Johnson. They all are going to be very upfront with their needs as well. So you got to fundraise.
I also think from what I'm also understanding is that Wade Roos is also really good at it too.
Yeah. I want to, but okay, before we get into a little bit more deeper into Will Wade and LSU basketball, I want to
Women.
Yeah, I want to talk about LSU women's basketball. Their season coming to an end in pretty dramatic, extraordinary fashion, just classic March Madness bracket ending. We've seen a lot of crazy endings, a lot of like those classic March Madness endings, buzzer beater shots, and of course, unfortunately, LSU women's basketball falls to Duke 87-85 on a last second incredible shot from Duke there at the end. But LSU falls. Their season comes to an end in the Sweet 16, the fourth Sweet 16 in a row for Kim Mulkey and her team. In a game which certainly wasn't just lost in the last play. It was probably a couple times throughout the game. You probably had moments there where Duke went on a run. LSU was down 83-73 with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game. So they fought back to get into that position. They get up by one with I don't even remember how much time was on the clock before the inbound play. But Duke runs a pretty ballsy play, right? They're down by one, and they set up a play inbound for a 3-pointer. And
I actually thought they panicked a little bit. They were only down one in that situation. They had the ball down by the goal. The girl panics, kind of kicks it back out for kind of an ill-advised shot.
Yeah. Ashlyn Jackson, I believe, for Duke. Low probability shot. She sits there. Flage's playing good defense, and Flage actually almost gets her hand on the ball on the inbound pass. Pump fakes a 3-pointer, steps to the right, makes it. It circles around the rim probably 15 times, it feels like. And then it drops. Heartbreak for LSU. Heartbreak for LSU fans. Heartbreak for Flage and all the seniors and all the players on that team. Kim Mulkey, obviously. And just a really sad way to end the season. And a really great game, really hard-fought game. I mean, credit to them for coming back. Here it is. We're showing you right there. I mean, almost pops out. Scenes. If you're a Duke fan, that's an incredible ending. Of course, heartbreak for LSU. But, we want to do a hat tip to LSU women's basketball for a season well fought. A lot of breakout players. Malaysia Fulwiley played incredible all season. She had a season high, actually, in this Duke game of 28 points. Michaela Williams had 22 points. So LSU finishes their season with a 29-6 record as it comes to a close. And LSU's, like I said, fourth straight Sweet 16 appearance. So that made a lot of news, of course, but it didn't make as a lot of news came afterwards as well. Let me tell you, there's some people out there who are just idiots, right? A lot of people try to take advantage of people. A lot of people try to take advantage of news out there. there's a lot of idiots out there making fake posts and fake accounts on Twitter, which is it's a resource that people get a lot of their, I would say, a lot of people get most of their information from social media. And people are pretty reckless out there with what they try to do. And just because they get their jollies from it, of stirring the pot a little bit. And people out there posting about Kim Mulkey's fake retirement. She had to answer this after her team gets ousted in the Sweet 16. They have to. She's got to answer from credible reporters who are reading this. They're like, well, we got to figure it out. We don't really know, but this is going around Twitter. She's got to answer retirement questions after her team suffers a heartbreaking loss, which is absolutely ridiculous. Irresponsible people out there. So screw you guys out there, whoever you are. Pretty dumb.
So I mean, I can give you the name. It's Tyler Daigle, and it's not a real person.
Right.
That's
I read that too. It's like an AI generated photo.
So there's three. It's Tyler Daigle. Joseph Hebert is another name, and they're just it's one of those photos that kind of looks real, but the more you click on it, you're like, okay, this is not. And they
media literacy
kind of popped up.
Not the family photo.
Yeah,
not the family.
It was literally just a picture of himself, and now people are
kids?
This is
he
Twitter
AI'd
pic.
his whole family.
So there's Tyler. There's his Twitter pic.
Tyler.
And when you look at it close up, you can tell that it's fake. But he kind of popped up during the whole LSU coaching search for football, right?
He just changed it?
He's like, oh, y'all gonna call me fake? I'm gonna AI a family.
Watch this.
I mean, the header literally says BS LSU, and people are falling for this.
Look, covering LSU and baseball, co-host of the BS LSU podcast. And it's
Where
BS
is the
Sports
podcast?
365.
Nobody can find it.
So he's one of them. Joseph Hebert is another, which I remembered from football season.
He looks like he could be T-Bob's cousin, to be fair.
Right, and that's probably why they made it look like that. So this is
they put
Joseph.
T-Bob in ChatGPT, and they were like, make this not look like him.
This is Joseph. The rest of the heading and everything is the exact same. So these guys popped up during the Lane Kiffin saga.
Yeah.
And there was some information that was correct, but all they were really doing was oh, we heard this and this. Let's put it out there, see if it sticks. And some of it did. So people were like, are they real? Are they fake? These are very much fake people. Somebody runs the account, but there is no Joseph Hebert, Tyler Daigle. There's actually a third one, and the guy's name I cannot remember. But there's three accounts, and they popped up during football season. And it was
now you're allowed to have satire accounts, but you have to put it. I think the rules of Twitter.
You have to put parody.
You have to put parody on there.
I imagine BS LSU in the header probably counts.
I don't know because you don't really know what BS stands for or could stand for. So I'm pretty sure in your bio or your info about you have to put, if you're a parody account, you have to put parody or satire or something like that, or you can get kicked off. And I know a lot of people reported these jackalopes.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a real person running the account in all likelihood. These are not real people.
I found the other guy.
Who's the other one?
James Robichaux.
James Robichaux.
They're just giving themselves Louisiana-ass last names, and they're like, we got this.
Tyler Daigle, Joseph Hebert, and Robichaux. Yeah, that's the third one. Yeah, and they're all kind of part of the same.
That one guy, I can't believe he changed his picture to the family picture.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just the pic of him.
It was just him. Yeah. It was just a headshot, and then he's like, "Oh, people are calling me fake. Let me put a fake family on here."
Yeah, that family's way too pretty for that face.
Right? He's like, "You think I'm fake? You think my whole family's fake?" It's like, actually, bud, we kind of do.
Fake, yeah.
But no, I mean, it was all a little bit fun Friday night. I'm sure Mulkey hated it.
Oh my God, that's stupid that you have to answer that a question like that.
It was funny in the post game. Somebody goes, I have to ask. This random report popped up, and Kim goes, well, that's why my phone was blowing up. I had 1,000 text messages after the game.
Who asked the question?
I don't remember.
Well,
probably Cobble.
Yeah, it's like, man.
Cobble's always falling on the sword.
Look, Kim, I'm sorry. I have to ask this. I don't want to, but I have to. You're retiring. Ugh.
They're saying Daniel Basham in the chat said, BS means blessed souls. True.
Oh, blessed souls.
Okay, well, there you go.
Blessed souls, LSU. Anyway, she said she wouldn't.
Yeah, no, she's not.
Fake accounts.
I mean, you were talking about the team falling short in the Sweet 16. I told you before the show, I thought this team reached their peak this year. I thought they were Elite Eight at best. They didn't have a ton of pure post players. Koval stepped up a little bit. Amaya Joyner stepped up, but I thought they lacked there. Mulkey would be crazy to retire. You're losing Amaya Joyner and Flau'jae Johnson. Everybody else is coming back. People talk about Grace Knox. I mean, she's popped up for her, but freshman. Bella Hines, freshman. Michaela Williams back. Malaysia Fulwiley has the ability to be back. Now, with portal, we don't know what any of these players are going to do. They could literally all enter the transfer portal if they wanted to, but you have the ability to get all of these players back and have a really good basketball team next year.
Yeah. So we'll be excited, of course, to have Kim Mulkey back roaming the sidelines next year. And I did find it very I found her responses to all the questions and everything before her game about the Will Wade situation awesome.
It was really funny. With again, Cobble always getting roasted.
Cobble, come on, Cobble.
She was like, "Oh, look, it's Will Wade's favorite reporters."
That was so good. It was amazing. I loved it. And then she gets asked a question at a press conference, and she said, "I'm focusing on my team." It's like she handled everything, I thought, the right way.
Yeah.
I loved the energy. I love the attitude. That's why she's great. That's why she commands respect from all of her players and all of her assistants and the fan base, of course. It's because that's the fire that we love, right? That's the fire that makes her great, made her one of the greatest of all time. So a lot of respect to her and the way she handled that situation, focusing on her team. And she doesn't need to be focused on any other team. She doesn't need to be focused on the men's team who were terrible this year and just hired a new coach.
Right.
You don't need to be focused. You got a Sweet 16 game. Yeah. Why answer it? Why answer anything except about your ladies? So good for her, and that's the energy that we like to see. But good for you. Anyway, hat tip to the Lady Tigers on their season. Heartbreaking loss. We wish it could have kept on going, but a lot of respect for how you handled yourself, how you carried yourself, and good luck to Flau'jae, of course, as she ends her career with LSU. All right, let's go to break. We will keep talking. We'll talk a little bit more about Will Wade and big injury news on the LSU football front. We'll let you know who that is, what that is, and what that means for LSU right when we come back right here at Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, it's Monday. If you got a case of the Mondays and you need looking to relax a little bit after work today, want to drink a couple of beers, make sure you're making it a Dos Equis, the best darn beer around. When you go to the store, when you maybe belly up to the bar somewhere, make sure you're looking for that green bottle, maybe that green can with 2 X's on it. Dos Equis, a delicious Mexican lager. They got the Amber Especial, the Lager Especial. They got the Micheladas, the Lime and Salt Zero. They got a flavor for every single taste bud out there. So if you're looking to celebrate, maybe more in the loss, maybe you were just thinking about that bat flip heard around the world and you want to have a little beer. Man, we live in South Louisiana. We all love to gather. We love to hang out with family and friends and share a couple of laughs with each other. If you're going to do it, make sure you do it responsibly, but make sure you do it with the best. Stay thirsty, my friends. Drink Dos Equis.
Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
It's all right. There comes a time.
All right, welcome back right here off the bench. Hour number 2. Thanks, Wandra, for finally playing Alice in Chains.
I don't do it enough.
Don't do it enough.
I don't do it enough.
Gotta play 'em. Got to play 'em. Sure they like Alice in Chains as well. But we want to tell you about our friends over at First American Bank and Trust, FABT.com. If you want to bank with a trustworthy bank that is right here in Louisiana, in your backyard, work with people that you know, someone you can shake hands with, make eye contact with. You want to park your money with someone that you can absolutely trust. So whether you're looking to do commercial loans, you're growing your business and you grow inventory, you need to bring people on, you need to you just need a little business capital, a little runway. They're perfect. It's a great opportunity to work with a bank that makes local decisions. They're not just kind of like running a financial report, slanging it to some people in New York City and making a decision that's based on absolutely nothing. Work with somebody that can look at your business, understand how your business model works within this community. Because they can make that decision better than somebody on the East Coast or the West Coast can do. So go check them out if you're building a new home, you're growing your family, you want to grow the size of your house, whatever it is that they can handle. any type of loan, any type of banking. So they've been in business for more than 100 years. So no phone trees, know how to say decisions, just honest banking that's built on trust. First American Bank and Trust, FABT.com. All right, LSU got dealt a little bit of blow this past Wednesday. This past Thursday practice. Taylor, you can kind of give us a little bit more inside info on this, but Gabriel Reliford got injured, confirmed towards ACL. So for the second year in a row, he'll have a season-ending injury. What will likely be put him out for all of the season next year. Of course, last year he comes in, highly recruited edge rusher, and he comes out, gets hurt. Is it shoulder this past year?
Yeah, shoulder surgery. 5 weeks in, maybe 6 weeks in, somewhere around the halfway point.
So certainly from a personal standpoint, you feel terrible for the kid. I'm sure he worked his tail off to get back and get healthy. And then practice number 2 in spring ball in March. You tear your ACL, you get news that you're going to miss the next season. So heartbreaking certainly for the kid. You feel for him. Heart goes out to him. Wish him a speedy recovery. But from a team perspective, what we all have to focus on as well is what is Lane Kiffin and staff going to do? And Lane Kiffin was asked about it, and he said, look, that's why we go out and we sign 1 billion people in the transfer portal, because no longer is there the spring portal. So what you have is what you got to go into the season with. So that's why you bring so many people in, and certainly they did that. So Taylor, were you at practice when this happened? How did you get this information?
So they found out. I mean, it broke Saturday. From what I understand, it did not happen Saturday. It happened beforehand. I believe this actually happened on the Thursday practice. It just the news broke on Saturday. So, no, it was not there when it actually happened. But, look, we had talked about it coming into last year about, hey, Gabe Reliford's your only returner. You saw some flashes from him as a freshman. He was kind of that one constant. Last year when he went down, it really hurt you because you had Jack Pyburn, Patrick Payton, Jamari Butler.
Yeah.
None of them lived up to expectation that you thought they were going to. But even with those guys, that's a 3-man rotation. Dylan Carpenter got kind of thrown into the fire as a former walk-on. And Carpenter did some nice things for you. Like he's actually had a pretty good spring so far by all accounts. But you were talking about Lane Kiffin saying, hey, this is why we attack the portal so hard, because you don't have that spring window. You brought in Jordan Ross from Tennessee, a guy who hadn't played a ton. A lot of hype around him.
Former 5-star.
Former 5-star. Same thing with Jaylen Brown coming over from South Carolina. Prince Will Uman-Mielen, the really good pass rusher from Ole Miss who came over with him. You have him. You still have Dylan Carpenter. Last year, this would have been a lot bigger blow than this year. Like, don't get me wrong. It's going to hurt you. Like, Gabriel Reliford, I think, is a good player. He was going to make an impact for this team. But you're early enough in spring to where you can figure this out. You can find, hey, I can have this guy. He can give me this many minutes. This guy can give me this many plays. We can use this guy in this situation. You're going to be fine. I mean, I don't think this is like, oh, Gabriel Reliford tore his ACL. You're no longer a national championship contender. It's going to hurt your depth. I think you had a lot of depth there, but I think you did a good enough job in the portal that you should be able to overcome this.
Yeah, Reliford and Dylan Carpenter had been reported to be working with the second team during at least the first practice of spring, which it's the first practice of spring. There's no set depth chart, but it's not like we're losing one of he wasn't going to be that starter edge rusher, but certainly the depth at a position that this past year was not productive. Our defense was so good, we just didn't have that edge rusher that could change a game or at least change a possession with his play and be that threat. And a lot of guys that we thought were going to come and make an impact, just at the end of the year, it didn't have that statistical impact that you wanted to. So, look, we wish him a speedy recovery, and it sucks, man. Like, injuries are, of course, part of sports. They're part of the game. I hate to see it happening in spring practice. It stinks. And to have your season taken away in March is a pretty crappy thing. So, again, we wish him a speedy recovery. Our heart goes out to him. But, like Taylor just laid out, that's why you go out and you bring in Prince Will Uman-Mielen. You bring in a former 5-star Jordan Ross. So hopefully we get that production from them. And certainly we don't want to lose that depth. But Taylor, so you practice Saturday, right?
Yeah.
How did it go? How long is the media getting to stay out of practice and everything?
It was 30 minutes on Saturday, which a lot shorter than you would think. I mean, remember last year in fall camp, like during the week was the same. Kelly would give those fall practices during fall camp, and you'd be out there hour and a half, 2 hours on a Saturday sometimes. It was about 30 minutes. Nothing really that you didn't see Tuesday or Thursday. Anyone was wondering, because, Sam Levitt's not going to do 11 on 11. He's going to do everything else but that. If you were wondering, is Husan Longstreet and Landon Clark going to alternate days with 11 on 11? Not right now. Landon Clark, again, was out there as the number one quarterback when they went 11 on 11. He is QB1 right now with Sam Levitt being out. To me, that's not unexpected. I really like Landon Clark, and he looks good out there. And Husan Longstreet had kind of a tough day. He went 0 for 5, 11 on 11 with the twos. There appears to be a clear 1-2-3 at wide receiver because they're rotating a ton of guys. I mean, they brought in, 55 wide receivers in the portal. We talked about it all the time. But the top three have pretty much consistently been Jace Brown, Jackson Harris, Winston Watkins. I mean, those have kind of been the three. Now, they've rotated in and out, but as far as your first three, if you will, go out there, it's kind of been those guys every time. I did think it was interesting. Harlem Berry took all the first-team reps at running back with the ones. That had not been the case. It had kind of been 50-50 between him and Durham. Not a huge deal. They're both going to play a ton. I mean, you have two starters. I mean, it's one.
That's like the one position that it's no news.
Right.
No news is good news from that running back room. They might one day be like, all right, Harlem, we're doing third down pass protect. Like it's third down pressures from 6 to 10. You struggled with this last year. You're going to get all the reps this year, whatever.
O-line, it's kind of been the same rotation for 2 days now. Left to right, it's been Jordan Seaton, Devin Harper, the guard transfer from Ole Miss, Braylon Moore, obviously, at center, Aliu Ba, who's one of my favorite players. He started, 23 consecutive games at Maryland at right guard. He's going to slide right in there. And Weston Davis at right tackle. But I think that job's kind of open. You brought over Sean Tompkins from Baylor, who played a little bit of left and right, but with Seaton at left, your path to play at times a lot better on the right side. And Bryson Martinez. I mean, he's kind of running second team left tackle right now, but he looks good, and he played a lot of right tackle in high school as well as tight end. I mean, we played the highlight clip of him. The guy played tackle, tight end, receiver, quarterback. I mean, he's an athletic freak. He's about 6'7", 6'8". That's a guy that's going to be tough to keep off the field. Like whether it's in a starting role or a rotational piece on that O-line, Martinez is going to be hard to keep off the field.
How's 5-star plus doing?
Which one?
We got more than one 5-star plus?
Because Lamar Brown's not out there. Lamar Brown's not getting here till the fall.
All right.
Now, your two big-time freshman defensive tackles, Richard Anderson and Deuce Geralds, they're repping with the ones. Like, Deuce Geralds was out there with the ones again on the Saturday. Anderson and Dominic McKinley have kind of rotated at that second defensive tackle spot. But, I mean, both of those guys, I mean, if things hold up, I get it's spring and a lot can change, but those guys are repping with ones right now.
Let me ask you this. Who's on Longstreet? How has he – I know he went 0 for 5 in team, but just like from watching him throw, whether it's in warm-ups, whether it's routes on air, whatever it is, like how does the ball look coming out of his hand? Because I could tell you, I saw a couple of clips of him throwing. I didn't love his throwing motion.
He's a weird throwing motion.
He's got a lot going back.
It's almost like that pitcher you see that's like three-quarter arm, that has a weird delivery.
Right.
Kind of looks like that. But, I mean, he looks solid. He's getting the ball out to where he needs to in, like, team period, 7-on-7 and that. I mean,
he's got a lot happening on his takeaway, which is takeaways like taking the ball away from like when you're seated and you got both hands on it, you're taking away and it's going back. He's got a lot going on back there. Usually the more you have going on your takeaway, there's a lot more room for error. Where might not pop out. Something might not pop up 7 times out of 10, but 3 times something just a little wrong. Your wrist gets a little over-rotated or under-rotated. There's the less that can, on your takeaway, that can happen, the tighter it is, the more likely you are to be consistently accurate. There was a couple clips, I didn't like it. I do like Landon Clark's motion. I felt like the clips that I've seen from him, is the ball's coming out of his hand pretty nice.
Yeah, he's running a little bit too. I mean, he's an athletic guy, which we kind of knew coming in, and so is Longstreet. Like, I actually like Lane brought in all 3 guys that are all kind of similar in terms of skill set, but yeah, I mean, they all look good right now.
So, national champion?
Either national champion or 1 win. We're somewhere in between there. I haven't decided yet. We're
Setting
somewhere in there.
The
we
floor
beating?
and the ceiling very.
Like right here, March 30th.
We got to go either way, Matt. I
2026.
hate to tell you.
I like him.
We're either going to win 1 game or go undefeated. Maybe fall somewhere in between there as well.
Love it. All right. Well, there you go. There's your
What a
LSU
non-answer.
spring. Yeah, great non-answer. Hey, good for you. I actually heard Lane Kiffin's retiring. Did you hear
No
that?
way.
There's a Twitter account.
Tyler Daigle has it?
Yeah,
I believe
it's a
it.
robot.
Hey, guys, y'all don't make fun of him. He has a family. Okay?
He's got a family.
Okay, let's not attack
a
you guys'
completely
family.
real family.
Let's not do that.
All right, we're gonna go to break. We're gonna come back, and we have Will Helmers coming on today, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit more LSU baseball. We got a lot more to get to. Got to stick with us the last half of the show as we just continue to get you updated on all LSU sports right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to Trash Rangers, trashrangers.com. The most reliable trash pickup, trash removal service in Louisiana. We've seen the big red dumpsters traveling around the interstate, traveling around the back roads. I'm seeing more and more every single day. And that's, your commercial dumpsters. If you got a place of business, make a lot of trash, give them a call. Tell them the size of your business, tell them how much trash you're making, and they can customize your pickup schedule. They can pick up once a week. They can pick up 7 times a week. It does not really matter. If you're one of the lucky ones that can get that residential service, you know that they're the best. But roll-off dumpsters is where it's at, man. I've used them multiple times now. Easy to work with. I call them and I talk to their customer service rep because you're not talking to an 800 number. You're talking to a person. You're like, all right, this is what I got going on. They're like, all right, we got 3 sizes to choose from. You get flat rate pricing. They're reliable. They're the best in the business. They're prompt and they have great trash removal right there. Trashrangers.com.
Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn. Presented by Bayou Automotive.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. 8:38 in the morning. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Monday show brought to you by Bayou Automotive. We are joined now by our guy, Mr. Will Helmers from
Here I am.
Louisiana Loaded. What's that? Hey, dude, we did it.
Hey, finally.
We won.
We can have a good
We won.
Monday. We
That's
can
right.
have a good Monday now.
Let's go. Round of applause for
great.
LSU baseball. Let's
Big
go.
time. Big time. They found their stride a little bit.
They
It
did
seems
find
like.
their stride in a weekend full of excitement.
Yes.
Starts out a little slow. We talked about a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about Casey Evans. I think we talked about out for the Vanderbilt. Well, it was a
Yeah.
great outing, but then last week comes out looking like a dog.
Yeah.
Then this weekend gets a little wild up front. So it starts out. But he does show that he's still got the stuff. He got a little wild early,
Right.
but he kind of calmed the storm a little bit. How do you feel about Casey Evans so far this season as the Friday night guy?
I like it. I mean, it goes back and forth. And,
Yeah, it goes back,
and opinions change week to week. But I think, look, I know Kaysen very well. I've gotten to know him. It's a tough kid, and he's a grinder. He's a dog. He's there. And I think he's going to be and he's doing great. Through 6, gave up 4, walked the first 2 guys right out the chute this Friday and kind of just got off to a bad start, but ended up being all right. And that was a game that, look, for LSU, against the guy that they went against on Friday from Kentucky, that kid just, sometimes you got to tip your cap, goes 8 innings, gives up 2 runs, and it's one of those kind of deals. And that's just how it is at Friday night in the SEC. Sometimes it gets the best of you. Yeah. And then, they come back Saturday, Sunday, and they get the best of them. And so that's, that's what's awesome about it. And it was a little, it was fiery, which I love.
Which we
is
needed.
awesome.
We needed it.
But you need, that might be what this team is.
Yeah.
Like, you never know. They could have, that stupid, the bat flip, which was awesome, and emotional and awesome. And
Not
and Jay,
stupid. It was stupid.
It was stupid.
It's awesome.
And Jay gets fired up and starts, throwing F-bombs at people. And, maybe that's what this team needs.
Mm-hmm.
And, that might be something that was their thing.
Yeah, let's say
who knows? I think it was them.
Yeah.
And they found the offense found each other. That's how they do it. Maybe who knows?
Yeah, let's go. Let me ask you this: like to stick on the Jay Johnson thing, getting fired up. Like you've been around him.
Yeah.
What is it like when you got a coach that is seemingly usually calm, cool, collective, silent confidence a lot of times? What happens when your coach does something like that, especially in defense of one of his players?
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't to have a coach like that who's going to have your back, support you, back you up in a time where he probably doesn't really want to or have to.
Right.
That's a moment where he's like, my player probably shouldn't have done that, realistically. But, I'm going to have his back and I'm going to have this team's back. And to do it in that kind of fashion, that just goes a long way in a player's mind. And even I look back at the second inning where they're down 7-0. And, Jay's just going. I'd never seen it before. He's in the dugout throwing water bottles around, clipboards, just kind of like a different style of coaching.
Yep.
And that's what makes him a great coach is he knows, I think, how to get to players. And maybe he figured out maybe this is what this team needs. They need a little kick in the ass or some fire.
And he said it after the game in the press conference too. He's like, sometimes like when you get your manhood challenged, you got to step up. Do you think that was baseball in general challenging, Kentucky challenging, or maybe him challenging his players?
I think
a little bit.
It's a mix of both.
Yeah.
I think that's his job is to challenge these guys.
Yeah.
And get the best out of them. And he's good at it. He's very good at putting people in the right situations and getting the best out of his players. And I think that was just another way of him doing it. And look, he's been thrown out, I don't know, 4 or 5 times at LSU, all when I was there. I don't think he got thrown out in the two years that I wasn't. It might have been a good chance that I pissed somebody off or tried to fight somebody. But, I totally forgot where I was going with that. But he just when he does it,
he doesn't do it a lot.
He doesn't do it a lot. It's the right moment, and usually on the back end of it, the team goes out there fired up, like ready to get somebody.
Yeah,
and it's just I was surprised they didn't throw him out or throw somebody out yesterday, but it goes to show you Jay's got this team's back, and he's not giving in or folding or he's just that good of a coach.
Yeah, that's what the good coaches do. Like if something's happening, it's gone a little too long. You want them to figure it out themselves, and you're still learning your team. But at some point, you gotta step up a little bit. And Jay's. That's why he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He knows exactly when to push and pull and how to push the buttons, and it certainly worked. Let's stick with the pitching. We talked Casey Evans and being on the Friday night. Well, LSU wins with a football score yesterday, 17-10. They rolled through 8 pitchers and. That were able to right the ship a little bit from early on. A lot of walks, giving up too many bases, free bases. But one thing that allowed them to do that was the Saturday performance. You go through 2 pitchers, William Schmidt and Zach Cowan. Like they pitched so well. What is that like? Because of the injury.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean? Is there one of these starters, either Friday or Saturday? Do we have to have a game like that every SEC series that you're only going to go through 2 pitchers or have your starter roll through a lot of innings? Is that kind of like what you need with that?
To really do well, you need that once a week because it's going to be hard. That Sunday now is going to it's a typical Sunday in the SEC. You see it all over. Tennessee, Vanderbilt, 16-15, LSU, 17-10. It's these high scoring games because you're going through a lot of guys that probably don't get as many innings as they need to be great, and so you're scoring a lot of runs. You're walking guys. It's just one of those things on a Sunday game in the SEC. And so that Friday and Saturday, you really need one of those that Saturday game where you use 2 guys that go through 9 innings, or you need that starter to go 7, or and that's something that LSU can do. And we've seen it. Like Kaysen goes almost 8 innings last week, and then this week you have William Schmidt, Zach Cowan, and to have Cowan kind of step up a little bit, mature, and get through the hump at the beginning of the season, that's huge for LSU because he's one of those guys that can give you those 4 innings, that can give you those 5 innings in a relief appearance, or maybe even if they don't have to use him on a Friday, Saturday, start that Sunday game. He's one of those versatile guys that can get the job done in a lot of different ways.
Let's talk about beta moves from other teams. As a pitcher, have you ever been stared down after walking a guy?
By the head coach?
By your head coach, not the other team.
Yeah. I mean,
Pretty weak move. Okay, people talking about the bat flip. Well, he might have should just flipped it right at their dugout after staring down the pitcher.
That's how they play. Like, that's how they do that Kentucky team. They've always been like that. Yes.
Come on.
They're always like that. And that's just
a lot of beta energy.
That's how he rolls. Like, they do antics. They're doing cheers and chants in the dugout like it's softball. Yep. Like it's just a lot. It's just too much. Not a fan of the Kentucky.
My son's 10U team, they do chants.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I don't even remember the chants that we used to do.
I mean, they probably not. They probably shouldn't be in Division I SEC baseball play.
Yeah, 10U is great.
Let's talk about the bat flip. What are our thoughts on the bat? I mean, it was incredible execution, incredible technique. The energy levels.
The execution of the bat flip was incredible.
Yeah, and he didn't hurt
anybody. Not going in the dugout, not throwing it on the field. It was perfect placement. Mm-hmm. I think.
What does that do to you as a pitcher when someone bat flips?
Just take me out the game.
Just take me out of the game.
Well, if you're going to bat flip like that,
yeah,
I might.
Sometimes you just got to fight, right?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there's one going into the next guy's ribs. It's just it's an old school move.
Do you think that's what's going to – I mean, I know it's harder in college to do that. Are some people are going to self-police the bat flip situation? Because everybody's doing it now.
Everybody does it. And that's that's one of the only things you see now is when people get into this kind of little thing where the umpires have to stop and it's the bat flips.
Right.
Just like I understand the bat flip. Like it's an emotional thing. Like you're just, especially in a big situation, it may have been a little too high.
Sure.
Take it down. But it's emotional, man. Like I understand it. Like I get Seth's point of view. Like let's go.
No, I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. But
I'm just saying, going forward, like it's going to, everybody likes the one up.
Yeah.
The bar is going to keep getting higher and higher. I don't know how you get higher than that from like a
flip stand.
A flip stand. That was triple digits in the feet. I don't know. Like the bar keeps getting, like, I just want to know from a pitcher standpoint, like, do you start to self-regulate, self-police these things?
It's hard to because they're gonna put an end to it.
Right.
If somebody bat flips me and I go drill somebody in the ribs the next pitch,
yeah,
I'm getting thrown out the game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome though.
It'd be awesome. It'd be
awesome.
electric. It'd be a legend.
But if you gave up a 3-run homer, you're probably coming out anyway.
Good chance.
So you might as well take someone out with you.
I'm in.
So I think we might start seeing it.
I think it's more of a thing in Major League Baseball. Unfortunately, the college thing is so regulated from this standpoint that it'll never get crazy like that. I wish it would.
And plus, batters are now putting on so many Velcro pads all over their body. You got to really hit them in a good spot.
Evo Shield has done a great job of protecting players. Congratulations, but let me drill somebody in the ribs, man.
All right, we got just a couple more seconds here. What you got going on with Louisiana Loaded?
Let's see. Hopefully, we're gonna have Will Wade on this week.
Oh,
talk
sweet.
a little
there you go.
New LSU basketball with the Louisiana
Heard
Loaded
of him.
podcast. Yeah, he's been around. He's got his thing today, huh? Opening thing at the PMAC.
Okay, there we go. Love it.
We'll be out there.
He'll be crushing
doing it all.
All right, Will Helmers, everybody. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing him each and every week this baseball season. So hey, good luck. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week.
All right.
All right. We'll be back. Stick with us right here off the bench.
Off the bench.
All right. Go to rejuvamemedical.com. If you got that little youthful burst this weekend, watching Seth Dardar bat flip that, and you're like, whoa, that was awesome. And you want to feel like that all the time. You want to feel like that youthful self, get that energy. Go to rejuvamemedical.com. We're talking peptide therapy. We're talking hormone replacement therapy, who's been Louisiana's leader in HRT for the last 10 years. So if you're going to do it, we're talking if your testosterone levels are low, it's not about being high. We don't want the old school, let's take some tests, bro. No, it's not that. It's just about regulating your body to the right standards, that what you should be at your age. So get feeling better. Get feeling like your youthful self. RejuveMeMedical.com. You can see all their membership packages. They got 13 locations all across Louisiana. So odds are, if you're hearing us talk today, you got a great clinic next to you. So go check them out. Go visit them at RejuveMeMedical.com.
Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn. Presented by Bayou Automotive.
Make up your mind.
All right, welcome back here. Off the bench, closing out hour number 2. And you guessed it. It's going to be a short segment. So whoever had that over under, you win.
I thought you'd be better than Jake about it, but I guess not.
Oh, let's blame it on Will.
No, because you did in the first hour too.
We'll blame that on y'all. No, we'll blame it
I'm
on
not
Kane.
the one leading and
How about
hosting
Kane?
the show.
We'll blame it on her.
Take some accountability, bro.
Yeah, Kane. Take some accountability. Sis. Any of y'all that were hoping that Trinidad Chambliss wouldn't play football next season?
Oh, yeah.
That got squashed.
Why are you so scared of the NFL?
Why are you so scared? I've never seen anybody
Not even
want their
TJ
dreams
Finley
to
is
come
this
through.
scared.
Not even TJ Finley going to the NFL before you, bro.
Imagine Trinidad like soft.
So doesn't even.
Bro doesn't
TJ's
want to.
leaving.
Wow, he's
TJ
avoiding
leaving?
college football.
Yeah, doesn't even want to have 6 lawsuits. Mississippi State Supreme Court denied the NCAA's appeal against Trinidad Chambliss's preliminary injunction. He will remain eligible for next season. He would have already been eligible for the NFL season
Without having to file.
without having any lawsuits. I'm telling you, he must be getting $10 million plus.
I mean, you are overpaying then.
Well, it was an emotional. I'm sure it was an emotional agreement with the whole lane train situation. Anyway,
I love LSU
Trinidad.
just making everybody melt all around the
I
country.
love it. Ole Miss, you suck. All right, stick with
NC
us.
State, you
we got a
suck.
great, incredible hour number 3 coming up right here off the bench.
Off the bench.
All right, Pallet Group, palletgroup.com, palagroup.com. When safety, quality, reliability matter, make sure you're choosing Pallet. Steel fabrication, precision piping, helical piles, tanks, vessels, no matter what it is. Any project, any scale, anywhere. You can go check them out at palletgroup.com. And, oh yeah, guess what? Pallet is absolutely rolling right now. They got these major projects popping up all over the place. They got capital projects in the Gulf Coast and the Midwest, and they are hiring right now. They're hiring experienced employees, experienced workers, whether it's operators, welders, pipe fitters, iron workers, project managers, estimators, planners, QC professionals. It doesn't matter. If you're looking for steady work, large industrial scale projects, and a company that loves to promote from within. Oh, yeah. How about 100% employee owned as well? Take your career to the next level. palletgroup.com, palletgroup.com.